Good morning, Facebook. Hey, welcome back. Another big game day weekend.
Why are you so happy?
I think we know why I'm happy. Wait.
Here we go.
Let's ease into this.
One better. One
Buddy.
better.
1 or 100. I told y'all I was going to pick better than y'all, and I'm going to pick better than y'all today.
Well, I'll tell you this much. This stops today.
Yep.
You got the last pick last week. I think it has something to do with it.
Reverse it.
You're not picking last today,
Buddy, I've told you, you can't beat me if you're picking first, last, or your nose. It ain't going to matter.
We'll see.
Hey, he's got 3 devices over here. You can't convince me somebody's not texting him or
what's
something.
gotta
He's got
happen,
2
baby.
phones and an iPad. He's ready to go.
I'm
Ready
not
to go.
worried about him.
Hey, guys, welcome back in. So you hear us messing with each other last week. You all saw the picks and how we did last week. We're going to get into that just a little bit later into the show. We got a big show.
Oh yeah.
We got our game day picks. We got all that. We also brought in. We had an interview with Chelsea Hornet head coach Dustin Goodwin this morning.
Oh yeah.
Coach Goodwin actually had to go. He had a pep rally, so we pre-recorded the interview with him. We're going to be playing that for you just here in a few minutes. But let's get into these first.
Yeah.
All right, Mayday, what drink did you go with from 4th and Inches this morning?
Well, I'm going to try it again.
You butchered it
It's
last
the
week.
SPF 2.0.
That's
which,
not
which
it.
is not it at all.
That's
But
absolutely
That's
not
what I'm
it.
going with. It was delicious last week. It's delicious this week. Once again, we went out there and got those. Got the morning shake this morning.
We did get a shake.
How good are those, Brandon?
Buddy,
Coach,
so
sorry.
what we tend to do is we'll get those shakes and we'll have him split one of the big
Oh
ones.
yeah.
Because we're going to be getting a tea.
That's right.
And so we have him split these up into 2 cups. And at one point, Mayday looks at me and goes, "Are you really already done?" I'm like, "Done. This thing's done." And I'm like, "Oh, man.
What did I say about that shake this morning?
It needs to be a staple. We need to start doing it every week." That's a pretty solid deal.
No,
This is snow cone right here, man. It's actually pretty good.
Buddy, that
Really
snow
good.
cone. Now, I'm going to tell you, the snow cone looked different. So the color on that one changes as
It looks
you go.
SERVPRO-y, man. Green and orange.
It does got a SERVPRO look. I went back to an old favorite. I got the Maddie Special. Maddie loves grape, loves cherry. She's right in my wheelhouse on something like that, so I can walk in and tell her, and she'll make that quick. She's got that
On
one.
point.
That one's down. She's not ever gonna mess that up.
What is the name of that shake we get?
The double chocolate chip with whey protein.
I tell you, that is one shake that when I eat that, it makes me want to clap.
It makes me want to
start
clap.
I mean,
Give them
it
the slow
is-
clap.
Man,
I get the old peanut butter pancake.
Yeah.
Solid.
Or the
It's so
lemon icebox pie or
I
whatever.
can't beat that.
Solid. All right,
I
so look,
switched it up on Danny a few weeks ago. He was like, "Why are you switching it up? Try something different, man."
buddy, I can't get the same thing every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to be on your toes when I come in here. Although if you ever get that chocolate one, it'll be hard to get away from
yeah.
that.
Man, every sip has like a little
Chocolate chip
in there.
in it?
God, that's
Oh,
so good.
it is
God, it's
solid.
good.
All right, let's get away from this. I'm getting hungry again. We'll have to go back by there when I leave and get another one. That's all I had was a half. Let's get into some SERVPRO business. All right, so we want to talk about. We got a couple things to talk to you guys about. One is we got fire season coming.
Yep.
It's right around the corner. As those temperatures start dropping, you start seeing a lot more fires come in, a lot
Yep.
more of that kind of stuff. People have got space heaters that they're running. People's fireplaces are running. Typically, you get kind of a dry. Sounds weird to say, but there's typically a dry season around
yeah.
this time of year, which we don't have to worry about right now.
This is the time to check the batteries in your fire alarm.
100%.
Right
Get all
now.
that. The other thing is, we also have. It's still National Preparedness Month.
That's right.
And if I'm not mistaken, this
What a way
week
to prepare, man, with the batteries.
I mean,
See?
I threw that out.
That's
there.
what threw that over there. This week
For the
is
people.
build a
For the
kit.
people.
Guys, get in there and build yourself a kit. You've already built your plan last week. We told you to make a plan. Now we're telling you build a kit. Just have you a bag. Have one in your car. Have one somewhere in your home with the things in it, the essentials you have to have in the case of an emergency.
And
You
let
get-
the family know where that is.
Everybody needs to know where that is, and they all need to have.
What are some of those things in that kit, Coach?
Well, you need batteries. Flashlights.
Flashlight. Yep.
Water.
Water, non-perishable food items.
Okay.
And hey, throw you some change of clothes in that
Yeah,
bag.
why
You
not?
never know, because if a disaster strikes, that kind of stuff right there goes a long way, man. I mean, people, you walk in and you see people who've been hit with a fire, who've been hit with a flood, something like that, and all of their stuff has been destroyed. having that kit set out to the side can make a world of difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it at least gets you by until somebody can be there to help.
Yep.
So, the other thing is we were touching on before the show actually started. It's kind of something that we're seeing a lot of right now. Is just letting you guys know that if you have a water damage or you have something going on in your home, we want you to reach out to us as soon as you see it. Hey, it's a free evaluation.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything. And the reason for that is because we're seeing a lot of mold issues right now.
Yeah.
People who may not have realized they had an issue, didn't think it was a bad issue, and now there are things popping up left and right.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you let that stuff fester, and I mean, it's already so hot, humid, and I mean, that's just a perfect environment for mold to grow. Those small issues can become big very quick.
Yeah, actually, we had a customer who's done a testimonial video we may show next week. But the customer, contacted their insurance agent. The storm came through, and they thought she thought she had zero damage at all. And come to find out, the agent said, "Hey, look, just call SERVPRO, get them on out there, take a look at it." She's like, "I don't need a company to come out." He's like, "It's a free assessment. Can't go wrong with that." So we come out and survey the loss, and come to find out there's moisture trapped inside the walls. And if she had not done something, it could have, like you said, caused a lot bigger issues.
And she was extremely grateful about that. I mean, she went on and on
we
about
need to
it.
show that video. That was good.
Yeah, we'll show that maybe next week. All right, so let's get into kind of what's going on locally. We've got our Chelsea Hornet football team playing Homewood tonight.
That's a big
game.
That's a big hurdle, buddy. That Homewood is traditionally a powerhouse, and
well, they should be. They got a lot of studs.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they got
Area game, right?
Oh yeah, it's an area game. Chelsea played great last week. Come up just a little bit short against Briarwood. You can see the improvement.
They are.
Though.
They're moving. They're moving in the right direction. There is zero doubt on that.
They are definitely taking steps in the right direction. And we talked about it a little bit earlier. But man, having some of those kids, like you got that kid at running back who just hurdled a man at the end zone last week, and I'm just like, ooh, go get it, big boy. So, like we told you, we actually interviewed Coach Goodwin this morning. He had a pep rally that they were going to be doing during the show, but really wanted to come on the show anyway, wanted to be able to get in here and talk with us about it. So we're going to air for you the video interview we did with him this morning, and then we'll come back and we'll start rolling into our game day segment. Hey, guys. So this morning, Coach Goodwin actually has a pep rally this morning he's got to be at. So we're going to go ahead. We're doing an interview with Coach now that we're going to put into the show. Coach, coming to you. Welcome in.
Morning, Coach.
Looks like
Good
you
morning.
are.
Thank you guys for having me this morning.
Absolutely, man. Looks like you set up in your office right there. You've been game planning all morning.
Well, we got a few things going on this morning. We've had our kids come in already, and they've moved on to class, and we'll have the pep rally shortly and try to get everything rolling and ready to go for tonight.
Gotcha.
Outstanding.
Well, we're excited about Chelsea football.
Heck yeah, I'm going out there today to tailgate. I'll be there about 5:30, getting ready to watch them play. And Coach, you got a trick play lined up for tonight? Can I just go ahead and ask you that?
No, you're not allowed to ask the man if he's got a trick.
All he's got to do is say yes or no. They're not going to see this.
Well, we definitely have some things that we can use if we need, but we hope it don't come to any of that. We'd like to control the game and follow our game plan and get things done that way.
I hear you. All right, so let's get back to it. So last week, tough loss against a rival school. Felt like everything was going in our favor there for a little while, and then tough break there at the end of the game. But saw some big improvements, a lot of things I think you can build on. Just touch on what you thought about last week's game and how it's going to help moving forward.
Well, yeah, we challenged our kids every week to improve upon our mistakes and do things better from week to week. We thought our kids handled themselves well in a tough situation in a week where we were in the gym on Monday and Tuesday because of the storms. And Wednesday, we actually traveled to Helena and practiced on their field because our surface was so wet. But I thought our kids handled it well. They showed up ready to play, executed early. Really all night, really felt like we played really well with a lot of spirit and really got after it and put ourselves in position to win the football game. And unfortunately, we did come up a little short, but we get to go at it again tonight, and we're looking forward to it.
That's what I love about high school football is you get to see. It's not about it's all W's and L's. I get it. But what you really want to see is, do they improve from week to week? And it's pretty clear that you guys are improving from first week to the second week. So they're definitely taking steps forward, and that's the biggest thing. As somebody watching it, is you just want to see that improvement.
And there's no doubt they have improved every single week, and I feel like they're right on the brink of busting through, and everybody can see it. They're coming together as a team. Man, let's get that W.
Military Appreciation Night tonight. Isn't that right? So now tell me if I'm wrong here. If you're military, you get into the game free. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I mean, we want guys to know that they're appreciated. Definitely want to put the focus on them and let them know that we're thankful for everything that they do for us, whether it be local law enforcement, EMTs, or whether it be deployed military. But anybody who wants to come to the game and watch the Hornets play tonight, they just need to sort of bring their identification and they'll be allowed to come on in and hopefully enjoy a good Friday night.
That's awesome.
Let's move on to Homewood tonight. Tell us a little bit about kind of what you're looking for against Homewood. Obviously, I don't want you to give anything away because we know that some of these Homewood people may be watching our show trying to sneak in. Listen, you never know, buddy. You put spies all over the place.
It's happening.
But talk to me about what you want to see tonight and kind of what the game plan is for coming out against a team like Homewood.
Well, traditionally, Homewood is a traditional, powerhouse in this state and always has been. They're a really good football and athletic program and a good school to be at. So we know we've got to show up and do a good job. But, our focus really doesn't change. We want to look at the stuff that we've done well. We want to build on that, and then we want to find our mistakes, and we want to correct those as well. So that's really where our focus lies week in and week out. And if our kids continue to improve, we'll have a good chance to win the football game.
That's a great answer.
It is.
You play to a standard, baby. You don't play to the other team. You just play to a standard. Well, Coach, I want to run through. I know we got to get you out of here. We got to get you to a pep rally. I want to ask you some questions most people don't get to ask you. Who's your big stud in the weight room? Who you got in there pushing the most weight in the weight room? I'm going to let you spotlight a couple of your players.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of guys that have worked really hard this offseason. With the addition of our new weight room, we've been able to spend more time in there in the offseason. And matter of fact, during the season, for that matter, our lifts aren't cut to 30 minutes or whatever. We can spend some good quality time. Garrison Maddox is a senior that's been in it for a while. His weights have gone up. Manuel Waller, he's a big junior we have, plays D-line and offensive line as well. His numbers have climbed pretty well, so he does a good job in the weight room. But really, we just try to push our guys to give max effort there. If we can get them to compete in the weight room, on the practice field, heck, in the classroom, then we know they're going to be better for it, and ultimately we're going to be a better team for it.
All right. What about speed-wise? Who is the fastest kid that is a Chelsea Hornet?
Well, they'd probably get on me for putting one guy in front of another, but I do believe Matt Gray, our running back, is probably our fastest guy on the football team. We've got a couple other guys this year that can turn them on when they want to, but Matt's a track guy. He's a sprinter, so I would have to say he's probably the fastest guy we have on our football team.
Well, there's no doubt he's a track guy because I saw him hurdle that kid last week, and it was impressive. My man jumped over a guy right. Did you see this? Yeah. Jumped a guy right at the goal line. It was fantastic. So there was no doubt.
Yeah, I had a guy go low on him right there and was able to get the first down and leap over him a little bit. So that was good to see.
What I loved about it was that Matt jumps over the guy, doesn't celebrate, doesn't go crazy, just turns around, flips the ball to the ref like I jump people every day. We're not worried about it. It's just another day at the office.
Yeah, we definitely want our guys to act like they've been there before, and they expect success, so that was good to see.
It is.
Good.
Coach, thank you for being with us today. We are going to do everything we can to pump up the Chelsea Hornets. We love the program. We love everything about Chelsea. We have spotlighted basketball, football. We do everything we can to try to build up here. Yeah. We know how big high school sports are and just what it means to these kids. So we appreciate what you do. Thank you for putting the time and the effort in with these kids, and good luck tonight. Go get Homewood.
Go get them.
Well, thank you. I appreciate y'all having me, and thank you for everything that you guys do for Chelsea football and Chelsea athletics as well. You know, we wouldn't have the means to do what we do without everybody supporting our local businesses in Chelsea. So we're very grateful for it. Thank you.
Awesome. Good luck tonight, Coach. Go get them.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great interview with Coach. Coach Goodwin sounds like he's got those kids ready. He's ready to do this tonight. I'll tell you something I noticed during that segment that I didn't notice while we were doing the interview is the logo he's got across his desk.
Oh, yeah.
Always ready, always there. I mean, that kind of sounds like a company that I know that does something along those same lines.
SERVPRO, always ready, always there. That's fantastic. That's on point.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that may be the National Guard.
Yeah.
I believe that's the National Guard logo. So we appreciate them too, but we really like what they said there because that fits perfectly with what we do. So good luck to those guys tonight in their ball game against Homewood. We'll all be there rooting them on. Like I said, Mayday and I will be there tailgating a little bit early.
That's right.
Getting ready to go. You bring in the pizza?
I can't eat pizza, Brandon. I'm on the diet again. Coach, sorry.
That's embarrassing right here on live television.
I might bring me like a little salad with some grilled chicken or something. All right.
Well,
moving on to the next
At
segment.
least your picks aren't the only thing that's going to be weak. So let's move on into our picks. Speaking of that,
Let's go.
It's another weekend of college football. I'm fired up.
Let's go.
I watched my Auburn Tigers last week. I get who they played before I start getting the hate mail.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. But what mattered was that they came out and they played to a standard, and, man, they executed everything they tried to do. And I looked at it and went, this doesn't look like the same team.
And Bo Nix stayed in the pocket.
He did.
Wasn't that fun?
It was fun, actually.
Stepped up into a pocket, didn't just take off running as fast as he can to the right. Big fan of that.
And for our Alabama fans out there, yes, again, you look amazing.
Your pro football team is
You're
great.
a professional football team that just keeps plugging in monsters after monsters. I'm so tired of monsters.
On a side note, did y'all feel bad for Miami's quarterback?
But this is what I want to know. You see all these quotes, right? Like everybody saw the quote from Miami's quarterback about whipping Alabama. Does anybody buy that? Or is somebody at Alabama putting these things out there and they're not
putting
true?
His picture, maybe putting
but you're just sticking this stuff out there.
My question is, what are you supposed to say to a reporter that's asking you if you're playing for that team?
You
what
say,
do you,
you say
we're going to give it our best shot and go team.
That's exactly what you say. You say, hey, we're playing a really good football team, and we're going to do everything we can to come out there and do what we can do to win the game. And you shut up because you don't want to give those guys any more.
But it's how you say it.
That's right.
Almighty.
That's right.
All right, so last week we had our guest picker in, El Toro Freeman. El Toro went 5-3, so he will be.
Okay.
It's a respectable week. He is now our lead guest picker until somebody knocks him off. We've gotten Coach Goodwin's picks. We took those down earlier when we interviewed him. So when we do our picks, Coach Goodwin's going to be the guest picker, and we'll read off who he picked on those, and we'll keep up with that as well.
Who was our fan?
Our fan was Mark Vines. Mark Vines went 7-1, which is
solid.
That's a solid week.
Really good.
So the leading viewer right now is Mark Vines, who, by the way, tied me, which is I also went 7-1. I don't know if I've told y'all that.
You have made that
You've made that very clear.
So I was 7-1. Mayday over here was 6-2.
Not bad. That's very respectable.
B-Dub was 5-3.
At least I tied El Toro.
You did. You know, it's a little sad that on the set here, but look, you got a lot on your plate. You own a company, man. You don't have time to worry about football.
There's a lot of football left.
There is a lot of football
left.
left.
It ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
Let's get into the games because this week, I'm picking. Well, we're going to let Coach Goodwin's pick go first.
I've got Coach Goodwin's over here. I'll start.
We'll work it this way.
And then we'll start back with you.
And then we're coming this way.
All right,
and then I'll finish.
So game one this week is going to be Oregon at Ohio State. What's Coach Goodwin on this?
Coach Goodwin.
Top 10 matchup?
I don't think Oregon is in the top 10.
I think they are.
They might be. They might
Barely.
be.
I think they are.
So Coach Goodwin is going with Oregon here, and
there
it is. I mean, he's taking the Ducks.
The almighty Ducks. All right, I see you, Coach Goodwin.
All
right. So I'm going first on this. It's Ohio State. I know I messed with y'all about taking Oregon. There's no way I'm taking Oregon right here. Ohio State looked good at the end of their game last week, struggled early, but then it was like they figured out how to throw the football.
Yep.
Remembered they could do that.
Freshman quarterback.
Yeah, you just got to remember that, hey, we can pass the football. Once they did that, they start walking off. Ohio State's going to be fine. They win the game.
Yeah, I think so. I've got to go with Ohio State, too. 11 o'clock game on Fox. They always play good in the daytime, so you should be fine.
I mean, Coach Goodwin took Oregon, and I'd like to say that I could take Oregon. I can't see it. Maybe he knows something I don't, but I think Ohio State comes out there and mud stomps them. And, I mean, yes, they did. Minnesota, playing at Minnesota, it was a tough game for Ohio State in the beginning.
That's a tough place to play.
That is tough
I mean,
place to
you
play.
talk about –
Buddy, they're rowing a boat.
Buddy, those the Gophers were fired up for them. Don't see that this week. I think Ohio State wins comfortably, 14 to 21 points. Let's do the next one.
All right, Pitt at Tennessee. Where's Coach Goodwin?
Coach Goodwin's going with the SEC here. He's taking Tennessee.
Okay, so this is one where I'm taking a step out. I'm going with the Pitt Panthers.
Well, Pitt is favored, by the way.
Pitt,
So you're not stepping too far out, Coach.
they're barely favored.
Oh,
3
wow.
But this is also something where SEC versus Pitt, 9 times out of 10, I'm taking Tennessee in this most of the time. It's just something about this game that feels tricky to me.
Hey, not so fast, my friend. Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast.
Tennessee will it's not a duck, it's a chicken. Tennessee will win this game by 10 points.
10 points.
10 points. At
All right.
home, Coach Heupel has got them boys fired up. They played good last week. I'm going 10 points.
Tennessee's not there. They are not there. I'm gonna have to agree with Coach here.
Come on down here.
Pittsburgh.
See, this is my lucky pick, boys.
All right.
I mean, we're giving you a chance to get back in it, but Pittsburgh wins this game. It's going to be a close one, but I do not think the Volunteers are there yet. And
they got some work to do.
They got some work to do. And I don't even know what Pittsburgh's got, but I just know it's got to be better than what Tennessee's got.
here's
And that's a horrible thing to say,
Put
but
this
that's what I have to
game
do.
on your calendar to be in touch with.
Although I will say
on the
this, and it happens every year. Every year there's one game that Tennessee comes out and they look amazing. And this could be it, but I
Could be.
don't see it. All right, so next we've got the only game this week that has a point spread. We're not putting – the other ones don't have spreads, but in order to make this one fair, we did. You got UAB playing at Georgia, 26.5 points.
Well, let me just tell you. I mean, UAB looked really good last week.
Well-coached team.
And
They
in
were,
Georgia,
yeah.
they played a top-notch team, and they got the win. They didn't get any touchdowns. Coach Goodwin's going UAB plus the 26 points, and quite honestly, I don't see well, that's
You
his pick. Go
yeah,
ahead.
that's his pick.
26 and
That's
a
his
half
pick.
points. Don't
26
forget,
26 and a half.
26.5.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm also going UAB. I think UAB is a well-coached football team. I think that everything Bill Clark does, it kind of reminds me of that old-school football program where you're not going to see a lot of penalties. You're not going to see a lot of mistakes. You know, you don't know, is Georgia going to come out here and try to save some players and sit the, some talk that maybe the quarterback's got a torn oblique and maybe out of this game? I'm going UAB.
My man. There's no.
I'm gonna have to cut.
What's wrong with this thing?
I'm gonna have to cut that chicken and throw it in the trash.
I'm just telling you, Georgia covers the spread.
All right.
Georgia
you're with
at
me.
home. Georgia covers the spread.
What you gonna do down there, Mister? I want to pick last.
Buddy, this is a no-brainer. I mean, Georgia couldn't score any points offensively against Clemson.
But it is
Granted,
Clemson.
They don't score more than 31 points against UAB, and UAB will score on them. I'm going with UAB.
All right.
Mark it down, boys.
Next, we got Cal at TCU. This is gonna be a great game, by the way.
This is going to be a good game.
Let's see.
This
Coach
is-
Goodwin is going with the Horned Frog.
And Coach Goodwin is correct because I'm also going with the Horned Frogs because I love that mascot.
I'm just telling you. I agree with you. California lost last week to Nevada, so I think TCU gets the dub.
I will go with TCU as well. They do have a great mascot.
And always play good defense.
Always.
They do play good.
TCU
defense.
plays good. They play an SEC style defense.
Favorite game of the week right here,
Oh,
Coach.
This
coming
is
up.
this is also my favorite, and this will be a great one to watch because the atmosphere is
Oh, yeah.
going to be a madhouse.
And I will go ahead and tell you that this spot that I'm sitting in is where I think it doesn't matter. All right, go ahead. Coach
Okay.
Goodwin is taking Iowa.
This is, but we got to tell everybody, this is the Iowa versus Iowa State game. Coach Goodwin's taking Iowa.
Taking the Hawkeye.
Coach Goodwin, I'm sorry. You missed this one. Iowa State wins this game. Ames, Iowa, that place is going to go berserk. They pull off weird things in Ames, Iowa. Things happen out there at that stadium. It's a lot like the way we called the Virginia Tech Stadium.
Yeah.
That place goes crazy. I see my guys at Iowa State taking it.
I'm going with Iowa State. Got it. Hawkeyes.
Go ahead.
The Hawkeyes.
Give me the Hawkeyes.
Man, you just lost
Man,
another game.
this team waves to children up in the hospital. These guys
he's
are
going
great.
with he's going with that.
Sentimental.
hitting
I mean, and their
sentimental.
logo is just cool.
And
I
that
mean,
would be great if they were at home. But
I
they're
I
not.
get it, but that love
They're gonna be
transfers
waving it.
over. And give me the cooler looking mascot. I'll take Iowa here.
Go Hawkeye.
Somebody that's a cyclone. How cool is a cyclone?
Not as cool as that little eagle looking thing.
Whatever. That's all right. Texas at Arkansas. By the way, this game is probably the hardest game I picked the whole time.
Who's coach got?
I'm struggling.
No, this coach, not that coach.
He's got
Coach,
Texas.
Coach Goodwin went with Texas.
Texas.
I'm going with Coach Goodwin. I believe Texas wins this game. Steve Sarkisian, too good of an offensive coach. I think Arkansas struggles.
I have to agree with you on that. I went Texas as well. I think Coach Sark's got it. He's gonna put some points up on the board.
Very, very close to the same thing with Tennessee. Arkansas is trending in the right direction. They look good. Texas, you never know what you're going to get, but I feel like Texas takes the game.
I feel like you've made a smart move this week by just doing everything I say.
Oh no, I've got two against you right now. I got to get my points back.
NC State.
This is a good game to pick.
This is another good game. NC State at Mississippi State. This is a tough ball game right here.
Coach Goodwin takes the SEC once again, takes Mississippi State.
I'm starting to see a trend with Coach Goodwin there. He's an SEC guy.
He is.
And once again, I'm going opposite of him. I think NC State defensive line plays really well. I like the way they play football. I'm going NC State.
I have NC State on here, and I'm going with NC State because I just don't think the Bulldogs can do it.
Oh, but I do love Mike Leach.
But Mike Leach, he may be a 2 or 3 and done.
Mike
at,
Leach is
at
my
Mississippi State.
he may be one of my favorite people in the
I'll
world.
be honest, I was really hoping that you went Mississippi State here because I think NC State is about to put it on Mississippi State. I'm saying double-digit win for NC State here.
Yep. See, we're all in the same boat. Liberty at Troy. Liberty at Troy. That's a tough game. Two teams you don't typically get to watch a whole lot, although we did get to see a lot of Liberty last year.
And you said Troy's at home here, right?
Yes, this is at Troy.
Let me tell you, Troy's a tough place to play for some
It is.
teams.
It is.
But Coach Goodwin has gone Liberty here. Liberty had a great year last year, and Troy was so-so. He took Liberty.
I think good quarterback play from Liberty. I take the Liberty Flames.
I'm going Liberty all the way. Hugh Freeze does it again.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Going Liberty again. Well, there
Yep.
you go. So we've got our picks in. We've gone out. We've put up El Toro is going to be our top guest picker unless Coach Goodwin knocks him off.
Yep.
And then we've also got Mark Vine sitting out there as our top viewing picker. Guys, go to our Facebook page, SERVPRO
SERVPRO
Birmingham's
Birmingham.
Facebook page.
Got that?
I think I might have had a stroke right there.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Shake that off. Go to our Facebook page, like the page, go down below to this video, comment in there who you think is going to win each of these games. If you're our top picker for the week, your name will be thrown out here next week. We're going to put you up on the page.
We had a
Once-
lot of people comment
We
last
did,
week.
and we're going to start putting up a tally, I believe.
Yeah.
Of, okay, here's Mayday's pick or Mayday's, total score and B-Dub's score and coach's score, top viewer score.
We need to
so
talk
you could
to
be
our
on there at some
We
point.
need to talk to our producers back there, man. They should have had that up this week.
Oh man, these guys have had a lot going
That's
on.
true, they have. We'll
They're-
give it to
that's
them.
a
We'll give it
busy
to them.
bunch of guys back there. They don't. And by the way, I bragged on them earlier, and I'm gonna brag on them again. Huge curveball this morning with the fact that when we got Coach
Yeah.
Goodwin on, we found out there was a pep rally. These guys jumped right in. We ended up doing that thing before the show. Talk about football. That's calling an audible.
That is. Hats off to them. They do a great job. The guys behind the camera don't get much recognition and running the studio in there. So thank you guys for all that you do. You are part of our team.
100%. One more thing before we go. My wife has a birthday tomorrow,
Uh-oh.
and so
He went sentimental.
I want to let you know I love you. I appreciate everything you do. Happy birthday tomorrow. I got something planned.
That's awesome.
How about that?
How about that?
Something planned.
All right, guys. As always, if you need us, you know the number. It's 205-664-6770. You can get us 24/7, 365.
Free assessments. If you ever
Free
need anything.
assessments. Don't let it turn into something that it doesn't have to be. Don't let mold creep in and now your insurance doesn't want to pay for it. Get us out there. Let's check this stuff out. Again, start putting together those preparedness kits so you have something if there's ever an issue. Be ready for fire season. Check those batteries and those smoke detectors. And as always, if you need us,
Call us, Birmingham.